All right then, guys, here we go. Before we begin, I must fill you in. Yes, again, this will be in rhyme. But as my last one was crap when Zoom gave me a slap, I want to do better this time. Now, so not to be rude, I'll avoid being crude and put those ideas on a shelf and say this just once. I won't be a nonce and make an absolute tit out myself. So prick up your ears and notch up your gears and try if you can not to scoff. Open your mind and clench your behind because it is about to go off. As the next few mins might put you in spins, but not to the point where you cry, as you may be allured by the brand provocateur, which is me, Lucy with a Y. My story began without much a plan. See, I'd just gone and got myself hitched. We then went to swoon on a 4-month honeymoon around the world, so my job I did ditch. Upon my return, I needed to earn and start setting my sights really high. I thought up this pun and thought, well done. So registered Lucy with a Y. Third sector, my thing, offering copy and marketing. I'd help charities and social enterprise. But little did I know to the depths I would go, and my own happiness was the compromise. See, it didn't feel right. I couldn't sleep at night, and I had this feeling that hit me like steel. Really not awed, I felt such a fraud, and in my heart knew I wasn't being real. See, nothing I'd done reflected the fun I knew made up my personality. I had to break free and be much more me, trading formal with exciting joviality. And it was right there, I did so declare, to punch my personality into my biz. The feeling was grand becoming a personal brand, especially one that's provocative. So now we must ride on to the next slide, where I hope there's no misunderstanding. To tell you all why, even if you're shy, it's bloody brill to do personal branding. Because everyone, boring or fun, has that thing that makes them unique. Whether you're serious or cool or act like a fool, you're spiritual or on weekends a freak. See, personal branding is understanding how using your personality keeps it all real. It's about what you do and showing up true. It's how you make people feel. Now use this here slide as a nice little guide that will show you my own branding trick. It's totally dumb, yet logically fun, why it's the provocateur's personal picnic. So how does it work, I hear you quirk, and how do you really apply? The first simple model that's totes a doddle, well, it's called, can you believe, the pie. The P is the start of this stodgy art, and it stands for personality. It's knowing your type, that Myers-Briggs type, then that gets us to your speciality. Now, not to scrimmage, the I is for image, and this is how your brand looks. Your colours and style, your presence and smile, whether you're serious or don't give, to finally the E of the pie trilogy, and this one stands for exposure. It's how much you are keen and where you get seen, and how now the pie model has its closure. So now you might think she must be on the brink of finishing this madness in verse. Well, soz, but no, I have more to show. And yes, it's about to get worse. Because the model that's next has such an effect if you're someone who's not found their niche. And to add to the picnic, whether you're a guy or side chick, it's called being a quiche. Queen or king of a niche, do you capiche? Yes, it is bloody daft, but it's really a fine way that helps you say who you are with not much graft. To break it down and wear the crown, it's a mega quick elevator pitch. I'll tell you mine, but I haven't got time. I tell you, 10 minutes is really a bitching on slightly, and oh so politely. I'll go through the next ones quite quick. The next cool model is a tasty doddle. It's called Pud, the content king trick. To end this part, we'll finish with tart, but this one should be top of the helm. It helps you choose which social platforms to use, so you reduce any overwhelm. And so that concludes my provocative foods. I really hope they have made you smile. I might change its name and go for viral fame. What do you think of gingham style? Right, on to the next rhythmical text. I'm now going to gob on about copy. because a big part of my chapter is that I am a copywriter and can write absolutely anything with, and how the right words attract the client herds and show you're anything but sloppy. As a big part of my chapter is I am a copywriter and can write absolutely anything with wit. Your website or blog or stuff you want to flog, one would say I am the shining star of words, a real sassy bird, but you can use me for so much more. I'll help nail your brand so it's no longer bland, helping you stand out with authentic flair. To spare you the pages and waffling on for ages, I'll now move on to the next shot. Here is a list of how I can assist, all services of which are well hot. If you're a little bit stuck and would like to tuck into how you can stand out a bit more, then behold the sheer power of my wow hour. It'll give you oodles of inspo, I'm sure. But for those who need more, like serious for, and are ready to make their personal brand a reality, lo and behold, for it's about to get bold with your very own personal branding strategy. Now, I know you might think there's just one missing link, like who are my actual clients? Well, allow me to show a few you may know who are all personal brand giants. A good referral for me is a he or a she who sells themselves as their actual service. A consultant or coach I'd love to approach, though please tell them not to be nervous. The fact of it is they're the face of their biz and they have opted for too much formality. They're bored of their brand and want to zhuzh up their brand with their own unique personality. So I think that's enough of all of this stuff. By now you'll be ready for toast. I'll just leave you with this, a Lucy loving kiss. Okay, what I mean is a proper good boast. My final ride onto my next slide, and at the risk of you getting a bit bored, here are some shots of my work it shops and a snap of me with an award. By now you'll be done with all of this fun and you might want to get back to normality. Yep, I agree, and that's it from me and this nonsensical lyrical brutality. But before I go, there's one last blow, and that's to share how I might help you. If you're feeling quite grand about being a personal brand, then we should totally have a Zoom brew. If you're a lass or a bloke, just give me a poke and we'll talk about you anytime. And I'll promise you this, Mr. or Miss, it defos won't be in rhyme. So with a big bottom slap, that is a wrap, and I hope you've enjoyed this brochure. I'll say bye-bye from me. I'll say bye-bye from Lucy with a Y, the personal brand provocateur. Thank you very much.